Hello, welcome. Apologies.
Apologies, we were having a lot of technical issues.
Like the one that I just encountered, amongst many other technical issues that we had. Sorry, it's YouTube that has changed its setting, I've been told, and so it took us some time to figure that out. But better late than never. Here we are live after a disappointing performance by the Indian team, just as we were basking in the glory of India winning a one-sided encounter in the first T20I, a margin of 101 runs that we were all boasting about. We've got a hammering. It is a loss by 51 runs, which again is massive in T20 cricket. You'd have to say as one-sided a game as you can have in T20 cricket. That's what India got. 213 is what South Africa had got batting first. And then India folded up with a margin of 51 runs. Just Tilak Varma there.
With 62.
Fighting a lone battle. Nobody else really supporting him in that front. About 20 odds here and there from everyone. But Tilak Varma with 62, the only standout performer. There is so much to discuss. I mean, from India's bowling to India's batting order, to some Indian performances, specifically about a few batters we'll discuss. I don't know where to start.
That's what one of the slugs is. Who do we blame for this majority? Batting or the bowling? I think your bowlers lost it.
No, I don't think your bowlers did too bad a job. This sort of a game, I don't think the South African bowlers were doing anything out of the ordinary. You threw your wickets away, and more often than not, it's the batters I will hold accountable. I don't think, the bowling didn't cover itself in glory.
Yeah.
I agree. But in today's day and age, dew in effect, good batting conditions, you can make a game out of 214.
But not many have chased 210 plus in T20s, even with flat batting conditions.
I agree. I'm just saying that the game has changed a lot from where it was 10, 12 years prior. And the point is, if you had one more contribution from someone in the middle order, 140 instead of a 0 or a 5, and I take those numbers purposely, you're certainly looking at 200 plus. And
okay, whichever aspect of the Indian team to blame, we still need to look at both those aspects, as I said, the bowling aspect as well as the batting aspect very closely and scrutinize it, because there clearly are problems in both those areas, and we'll dive into that. But before that, I was just thinking, both teams that won the toss did the right thing. You can't even blame them. Chasing is the way to go in T20 cricket, especially with dew around. And here, both the captains were thinking, I don't know what the fuss was all about. Just bat first, because it's not just a close win. Both have been hammerings chasing. Any logic to that? Why that's happening? Because that's contrary to conventional logic.
It is. There has not been any specific pinpointing. Normally, in winter times, wherever you're playing, dew is more. And a team that has most of the dew will struggle with the ball, and the batters will prosper. But here, I don't know what has gone wrong in the two games. Both batting sides have regressed in the second innings.
Anything to do with conditions, or is it just been performance specific, so we're making too much into the conditions bit? It just coincidentally happens to be that both teams that really did poorly with the bat and ball happened to be batting second.
I think that is the most logical explanation we can think about, because South Africa had India on the mat in Cuttack also. But it took something spectacular from Hardik Pandya to change the course of the game and deflate them. Here, just go up, Shivam. I just want to analyze one thing, okay? 9 overs for 99, 8 overs for 99 by two of our premier pacers, okay? Then another further 5 overs when you look at it, 52, 14 overs, 151 from our pacers. Okay, 14 overs, 151. Now, go down further and I'll analyze the South Africa. 14 overs, 151, India. Look at the South African pacers. Okay, you had a total of 15.1 overs. Okay, look at how they have stepped up to the plate. 15.1 overs of, when you look at it, 121 runs.
No, that's for everyone to see looking at the scorecard.
That's
I
the
want to know
performance.
what is the reason behind that. That anyone can look at the
Better
scorecard.
better control. What it indicated?
No, has it anything to do with the conditions, as I asked?
No. This has got nothing to do with the conditions.
See, one, I think, glaring thing that India made a massive mistake is that India gave away 22 extras.
Yeah.
And here you have South Africa that have just given away 5 extras. So I think one clear-cut reason, I'm not looking at the scorecard, of course, India has done much badly, South Africa has done well, South Africa batters have done well, Indian batters have done poorly, Indian fast bowlers have done poorly, South African fast bowlers have done well, that's fine. I want to get into specific as to why this has happened. The first and the foremost thing that is clearly visible and you can really make out is the extras.
Lack of
5 is to
control.
22.
Yeah.
That is giving you a clear-cut indication in terms of the discipline. But I think since we are talking about India's bowling and Shane said that he wouldn't blame the bowling so much as the batting, and maybe that is true, and maybe we'll get to the batting, but I think the bowling also here cannot be left scot-free. Simply because, and I'll tell you this difference, I think the biggest difference I saw between the two teams, and you spoke about the fast bowlers, why is that Indian fast bowlers were leaking runs and not South African. If I could get a pitch map, there is a clear-cut difference in the lengths that were bowled. Indian fast bowlers, apart from being indisciplined and churning out those many wides, were pitching it up. Full length deliveries is what they were going for, I'm guessing targeting a Yorker or whatever, and that's where they proved to be expensive. Look at South Africa's lengths. I think they realized that short of the length was the way to go. That is the secret sauce. That is the way to be targeting the batters in T20 cricket, and that is the one that has resulted. You look at those sixes, some of those sixes that you see, Quinton, are all pitched up deliveries that were hammered. South African bowlers short of length. And I think it's not format specific that this strategy is working. I think it is condition specific. So if you've got dew, where you will find slightly tougher to control your length, and there if I go for a Yorker and I'm marginally off, I turn it into a juicy half volley for a batter. Whereas if I go short of the length, I have that margin of being marginally off my length, and I will not be punished as much as going full length. So I have a feeling that the length is clear-cut difference. I am 100% convinced that the length that South African bowlers adapted is the secret of their success and not Indian fast bowlers. But I think they did it not because they'll always do it in a T20 game. I think they did it knowing fully well that in conditions where there's dew, this is the way to go. And then that raises questions about the Indian think tank. These are alien conditions for South Africa, and they've adapted to it. Their bowling coach or coaching staff or bowlers themselves have bought that experience to have realized that short of length is the way to go. I'm afraid the Indian camp was found wanting there.
In fact, another thing also, it's also the lines to an extent, because a lot of the South African bowlers were usually in and around the stumps. What were we doing? We were trying for the wide Yorkers, or you were spraying it all over the place. Their control was better despite them having to bowl with a wet ball. Clearly it would have been a wetter ball.
Though I'd say that Indian team also got a wet ball because today dew was there from the start.
True.
But having said that, you need to
Better
adjust just
control.
as South African bowlers did.
It was better adaptability also. They realized that India were bowling far too full. So the wide Yorker and everything was difficult to control. So what did they do? They shortened the length. Abhishek's major concern, again, cramping him for room, short of a length.
Do you think he's been found out to that extent? It's happened a few times now in Australia as well as here.
I think he has been found out.
Yes, I think he needs to adapt his game to short pitch. That's not to say he can't play it.
Yeah.
It's not a problem as glaring as it was with, for example, Shreyas, where you knew a short ball meant he'd be bunny hopping. That's not the point. I don't
say
think
that. Shreyas disagreed.
He can disagree all he likes. But
Baat to sahi hai.
whatever. The point is, he had that issue, and with Abhishek, I don't see that as being so much of an issue, but I think early on, if you deny him room, he'll tend to go for a shot anyway, and I think he needs to figure out the teams are bowling that way. Okay, how do I adapt my game to that? How do I then play the shot? Do I take a leaf out of my current head coach's book? Maybe charge them down? I don't know. There's something, but you have to try something.
Yeah,
You need
actually, Gambhir would do that.
He would, because he realized that a lot of because he was a shorter stature,
Yeah.
so he realized that a lot of pacers would try and target him with the short one. So what would he do? He'd make the length more half volleyish and just go over cover. I remember that was a classic Gambhir get out of jail shot. Again, I watched a lot of him at KKR. So
Exactly.
No, even for Indian team,
Indian team.
even if it wasn't a half volley, it'll still be rising and he'll go for the ball that is in a comfortable zone for him, rather than that chin music that sometimes
You would sometimes walk down the track also.
Yeah.
That
that's
is the
what
thing,
that's
yeah.
a dance down the wicket, walk down the
So,
track. I think same thing. Yeah.
Adaptability. When you look at
Isn't
the.
it?
it is.
I thought
it is.
charging down would mean being far
No,
more aggressive.
yeah, but
Walking down is calculated.
Yeah, no, he used to, what he'd do is he'd wait till the last minute, which is why he'd take two very quick steps and whack. That used to be that shot.
I must also say that apart from that being a weakness, I think some fantastic deliveries. Gill, Suryakumar and Abhishek. If you look at Abhishek's expressions as well, those are some fine deliveries that were bold. But again, that will always happen in cricket. You need to find a way.
And at the international level,
Yeah.
these aren't gully mohalla bowlers you're taking on. These are good bowlers. It says everything that we talk about Bartman sometimes being a weakling. Man walked away with 4 wickets at an economy of 6.
I told you this is the IPL. If there is one thing that I'm going to blame, it's going to be IPL, because everyone that is up for auction has been outstanding, from Bartman to Lungi and Gidi also picked up wicket. Then the batters, everyone that scored runs, whether it is
Miller.
Quinton de Kock, it was Miller, everyone who is in the auction, and this is not the first time. History is witness to this. All visiting teams right before the IPL auction come and end up hurting India, because all of them, and India don't in that sense have any skin in the game, because most Indian players already have franchises, so they're not auditioning for the IPL auction, so they are still at that level, and teams that are visiting always tend to perform that much better. Look at Quinton de Kock also. Majority of the time he'll be sleeping, doing nothing. 1 or 2 knocks he'll wake up, and guess how he's woken up? Right before an IPL auction. The same can't be said about... but having said that, one player they didn't have to look at the IPL auction, and for me has been the player of the tour so far. I think if ever there was a 3D player, it is him. His name is Marco Jansen. And why do I say 3D player? All 3 formats on this tour: Test, ODIs, T20, so 3D there. All 3 departments of the game, batting, bowling, fielding, is there. He is 3D, 2D.
2x. 3D 2x.
He's 3D2X.
Oh my God.
3D.
Is he the MVP so far? Without doubt.
Undisputed MVP. If you're looking at all formats,
Both teams
could have,
combined.
Yeah, Kuldeep could have been a close second,
Sitting
but
out.
he's sitting out. And considering how
No, but Kuldeep batting has not contributed. Kuldeep's been...
Now I'm talking about MVP level, not necessarily the 3D, 2D. We don't have those players, unfortunately.
We have one playing in Hardik.
But he's
But
only
he's
2D
not
at best. He doesn't
No,
play test.
he's half 3D, because he's 3D in departments, not formats.
Not
Yeah.
formats. There is 2D.
Marco Jansen is everywhere.
I know. So Marco yet again showed. I mean, those hard lengths, the accuracy. If he's accurate, sometimes what happens with Marco Jansen is he loses his line and length. I mean, I think it was one game. I think Rashid Khan or somebody who took him to the cleaners in the IPL.
I do remember that.
And I think he didn't regain his confidence at that time. But then if he's on form and if he gets that accuracy going and if he is good with the bat, it was his batting that helped his bowling also in that Guwahati test match. So yes, if he gets a 90, his bowling will also be good. So here, I mean, those strikes, and look at it, 2 for 25 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
On a belter.
And 2 of, top order batters. He's
Suryakumar.
gotten Abhishek, who
Yeah.
is still your most prized wicket, and then the captain in Suryakumar, which they weren't even going for the review. Quinton de Kock wasn't even sure there's an edge, and they just took an...
he had done his job, no? So he was sleeping.
Okay, let's address now the elephant in the room, and that's going to be India's batting.
1 or 2 major elephants in that. Because let's begin with the obvious one, Shubman Gill. I mean, if you wanted to look at it, all 3 Punjab players, it's not been a great homecoming for them. Arshdeep had a horrible time today. Abhishek, 17 of 8. We knew that if he got out early, India's chase would be doomed. Shubman Gill. The knives are only going to get sharper and sharper. And I think he's already facing the guillotine of thousands of fans who want him out because he's occupied 2 players' spot. Essentially, batters I'm talking about. Stats have been thrown around that he's only had 240 scores. He's not had a 50 since his comeback. Now, people are also saying stop with the Shubman Gill experiment. How do we silence them? He's not helping matters. You have to, if it's an amber signal of caution, end the Shubman Gill experiment now. Now's the right time. You can't continue with Shubman Gill in this form. I'm sorry. Take the hard call. You want this management and this coaching staff want hard calls? This is your test. You still have 8 T20Is before your game on February 7th. Take the hard call now. End the Shubman Gill experiment. It's not working. It's not. Any other batter would have not even been picked. He's gotten 13, 15 innings. End the experiment. It's not working.
I mean, see, the ripple effect of having a Gill was so hard that it actually basically deprived 3 players of their spot in the team. Yashasvi Jaiswal got knocked out of his backup opener role. Sanju Samson got knocked out of his opener role and pushed lower down the order. And because he got pushed lower down the order, Rinku Singh got eased out of the playing 11 and now out of the squad as well. To accommodate 1 player.
Yeah.
And I would understand doing that to accommodate a player who's like a world beater, who if you were doing it to accommodate an Abhishek, I'd understand. You've done it to accommodate Gill, who wasn't even part of your squad in the last World Cup. He had been out of the scheme of things since then, playing maybe 1 or 2 series, and that's pretty much it. Why this obsession with all format players and we have to have an all format captain? To borrow an old phrase, you're cutting your nose to spite your face at this point. You chose to fix what wasn't broken, and now you're really reaping the rewards. Because that's the thing. How is it that you can still justify this? And I understand vice captain and all, but that's not a sanctimonious sort of a position. You can still...
A vice captain has been axed in the past also. Just ask a Hardik Pandya, just
KL
ask
Rahul.
a KL Rahul. On current form, and looking at the way how you said 3 guys who deservedly should not have been dropped, now you're making a total khichdi when there was no need to make a khichdi. How on earth can you justify playing Shubman Gill looking at the future? Your future doesn't start from July 2026. Now remember, until March 2026, this format will be your focus. After that, you're not focusing on the format until 2027. So, Suryakumar Yadav's career, we'll come to that a bit later. That can take a back seat after March. But on current form, you have to go back to pre-2024, July 2024. Abhishek, Sanju, get Yashasvi as your backup opener, play Rinku. Simple. You got a finisher, you got it in Rinku. You want an aggressive opener, you got Sanju.
And Jaiswal.
You've broken it, you still got time. Chuck the ego. Get better players.
Today, Gill is out for a duck, and I know knives are going to be out. I know everyone's going to be having a go at him. Is this duck enough for me to drop Shubman Gill? The answer to that is no.
Yeah.
But there is a rider. Why I say the duck is not the problem? Because T20 cricket, assuming you had a Sanju Samson, Yashasvi Jaiswal, whoever, there's a good chance they would also get out of a duck.
True.
And maybe they would have gotten out for ducks even more than Shubman Gill. Duck is not the issue. I think the problem here is, and which is a valid worry right now for the Indian team, is that now, ever since Shubman Gill has come back as the opener of the Indian team, he used to play earlier, but for 1 year he was out of the Indian T20 setup. That also included the time they were playing the T20 World Cup when they won the title. He was out of favour. So more than a year and a half, he was out of the T20 setup. Then he comes back as opener, and that experiment starts in Asia Cup. From that time to now, he's had few okay cameo sort of knocks, but overall he's averaging in the early 20s with a strike rate just about 140, which aren't great numbers for a T20I opener in the current scheme of things where T20 cricket is going. Why do I say that? I'll take you back. to the time where you were in the 2024 World Cup, where you were almost pushing a Virat Kohli out of the team precisely for not having the kind of strike rate that you expect from a T20 player, right? My point is, if you are going to be happy with 140 strike rate, I mean, that Virat Kohli was giving you comfortably. In fact, he went at 150 strike rate this IPL, and he would have surely not been at a 21 average. He would have been somewhere around 35, 36 or even more so, even in his worst days. So you wanted to move away from it, and many people thought that was the right way. He let go of T20 cricket after the T20 World Cup, done. But now is Shubman Gill that player that's going to give you that? As I said, I'm not one of those that will say, oh, he's out for a duck, I want his head. No. The fact is, I'm looking back at those games that he's played for India so far, and at no point has he told me that he is, eyes closed, the best man for the job. There are some others who probably are better suited than him to be playing T20I cricket for the Indian team, and to that I completely agree. Having said that, we can scream at the top of our lungs here in the studio as much as we like. You guys can, share your comments, your opinions, which we'll read. You guys can put it on social media. Everyone will do it. Is the BCCI in the mood to listen? I don't think so. I know many might say that, oh, this is also, forget BCCI, but even if I was taking that call, there would be some that might say that even if I was taking the call, I may not take this call considering how close you are to the T20 World Cup, may not be suited. To that, I'll say no. Why not? I'm not asking you to get a player from cold storage who's not played T20I cricket for the longest time and bring him. No. You have players that have been playing consistently in other formats for you, so they are not rusty. Yashasvi has been playing red ball and white ball in ODI for you. Sanju Samson was playing T20I for you till very recently. In Asia Cup, he played a few games. He's on the bench as well. So you have multiple players that are there. I know Ruturaj Gaikwad is somebody that is being suggested, but I think this is no time to audition. Yeah. So you only go with someone we are more established with. And I think both Yashasvi and Sanju are in the scheme of things. So you're not bringing someone just randomly to audition. I know 8 games to go, but these are players that are continuously playing for them. It's not that if they were to play this game, you'll feel, oh, suddenly ye kahan se aa gaya. It's not Karun Nair that's making his return to Indian cricket after 8 years and playing test matches. It's not that, no? So I think you have options. You can look at doing that even now. And my point is that just as you've got few backups for everyone, for example, Sanju, you had a backup in Jitesh who said we are trying XYZ things. For Kuldeep, you have a backup in Varun and XY. They are going through a bit of a transition. Who knows, in fast bowling, there are backups like Harshdeep who might come in on a given occasion, for Arshdeep on an occasion or whatever. Shivam Dubey is kind of a backup for Hardik. So everywhere you're developing backups. So if you've got a backup in Sanju, give him a few games as well and rotate between Gill and Sanju. Still have 8 T20 I's to go. You are doing that in ODI cricket between Akshar and Jadeja. You're rotating them. By same logic, rotate them as well. I'm not saying discard him, but rotate and then figure out by the time you play your first game, you should be 100% certain of who your opener is going to be. And at the moment, I'd have to agree with my 2 colleagues that it's not Shubman Gill that's looking at that. But as I said, and I'll ask you guys that honest question. We've given our opinion, all 3 of us. And we've given reasons or what BCCI can do and what you expect them to do. But one is expecting them to do. Do you see that happening?
No.
Not a chance.
Simple. No. They don't listen. See, now they have anointed Shubman Gill to be all format, leader, opener, whatever you want to say about it. After March, Shubman Gill is the future even in T20Is also. It is. Hand on heart, they are not going to drop a Shubman Gill even if he fails in 8 games till the T20 World Cup. They won't do it. Unless, because now he's had 2 successive first over failures. If that pattern continues where it's a cataclysmic drop in form,
I doubt it. They'll change.
They may have to, because see, suddenly he's fallen in 8 consecutive first overs.
I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah, but then see,
They
It's a
should.
blue-eyed-
They should.
But
But
they
they're not
won't.
gonna.
They
They're not
won't.
gonna.
They won't.
No.
once
no.
they're fixated upon it, the BCCI in this current regime, they will ensure even if it fails, they'll pull through.
And that's why I'm saying it's a bit unfortunate that some get, for example, again, Hardik Pandya as captain was let go of for whatever reason.
But then at that time, the justification was there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, so you have a shorter rope for certain people and for some much longer.
He's gone the Jadeja route. He's not going to have captaincy aspirations for the Indian cricket team at all.
And can I tell you, and that takes me to the other point in Suryakumar Yadav. I know his form is also worrisome. But if, let's say, if I was running BCCI and we could take calls, I would still be more willing to take a call on a Gill and replace him with an opener now. I may be more reluctant in replacing Sky right now because he's been my captain, and quite honestly, he's struggling with the bat. I agree. I was just reading somewhere now, 21 odd games he's gone without getting a half century. That's a
This
worrisome.
year has been terrible for strike rate,
No,
126.
I completely agree. I'm not denying that, but I'm saying with 8 games to go, I'm not changing my captain.
Yeah.
That then is sending out alarm bells. That is conceding that, oh, I'm in panic mode. I don't want to also do that. Plus, under him, you have been unbeaten so far. You've been unbeaten, not lost a single series. All tournaments that you played, all bilaterals you played, you won. So I won't be, he's the guy, and again, I'm going to credit him for being the guy who's instilled this confidence where India is playing fearless cricket. Okay, today they've lost.
Yeah.
But, 9 times out of 10, they're delivering results with the same attitude, with all that. So when all of that has happened, just few months before the T20I World Cup, I'm not changing things. I must also remember he had an outstanding IPL as well.
700 plus runs.
That wasn't. So I now can only hope that he gets his form. I mean, if you're looking at law of averages, now is the worst phase, and by the time the World Cup comes along, he's in this best phase, and he becomes the best T20I batter, which he was till some time ago. He becomes that, I can hope. I'm not going to make too many changes. His form is a worry, and I've spoken it about earlier. I think he needs to look at that, but I'm not still thinking of changing my captain so late in the day. But as an opener, I'm looking at.
See, Suryakumar Yadav, his future in the Indian team will be decided only after March. T20 World Cup. That's it. Until then, he will be my captain irrespective of his form.
In fact, why future? I think it'll probably work in Suryakumar's favor if he tells himself that this is my last tournament. And no matter how good or bad this tournament is, I'm saying bye-bye to Indian T20 cricket. He can continue playing IPL,
Yeah.
but say bye-bye, and that will not only spur him on to be the best batter in that tournament, but also then allow India to have a succession plan in place. Sans a Shubman Gill as well, if you're looking.
Basically, do a Rohit Virat of 2024.
Why not?
Tell yourselves, going in with the mentality that, listen, no matter what happens, done with this format. And I don't think he even needs to take a call on his future. But tell himself that, no, I think my captaincy at this point, it's pretty evident that maybe captaincy, I win the World Cup, I'll still be in an elite list. I'll be the 3rd captain to win a World Cup, for a T20 World Cup, for India if I can do it. After that, whatever call has to be taken, that's not in my hands. Maybe the BCCI decides to stick with me if the Gill form thing isn't going to plan. Maybe they decide to be stubborn, stick with their guns and say, no, World Cup is done. You've won, Sky. Now go. I mean, they did it with Rohit. And Rohit had a much longer list of even making it to finals and whatnot than what Sky has had. So it's entirely possible they can stick to their guns. Yeah, I would say take the pressure off myself, because right now he is playing like a player under pressure. And I'm not even talking about the succession plan thing. It just looks like he's under the pump because his own form has kind of fallen off the rails. Because that's happened. He's just waiting and waiting, or he's desperately trying. And the problem is that the tricks which he used to employ, they're not going right anymore. Every time it's in pressure. People have figured that out. Remove that pressure. Start playing your normal shots. Let that be a surprise. And I think actually, it's more mental than anything else.
I just want to know from both of you, because I'm just going back to Gill. We were just talking about that. I think, I asked you that question that, yes, we would want a change now, But will it happen in both of you were unanimous in your choice? It won't happen. And my question, the follow up to that is what is it that Gill brings to the table, what is it that he has that they may not take a call on dropping him?
Leadership.
Because one excuse could have been, it's too close to the T20 World Cup, which I've shattered with the facts that are presented, saying, no, you're not going and bringing a player out of cold storage. You're bringing like a Yashasvi or a Sanju, who is in the churn. He's part of your setup. They're playing cricket. So if I bring them, it's not, too dangerous a step that I'm taking. So that is out. What else can we?
I mean, adaptability, like whatever you thrust him into, he's ready to do it. He's willing to change his
So that holds true for, in fact, Sanju is more the player who is ready to do it. You're saying Gill is sacrificing, so they like that about him and keep him. Sanju says he's ready to bowl left arm spin also.
Yeah,
okay,
but
so
I don't see Sanju as my future captain. I see Gill as my future captain.
My point is, you're going again. I remember this, Australian mentality. They used to always say, you don't select your captain and then make a 11. You make a 11 and pick your captain. Yeah.
Exactly.
This thing of, and by the way, shot on captains also. There is a Hardik Pandya ready-made there, who again, I keep repeating, you're very unfair to, you pushed him aside. Who knows, Shreyas Iyer is that guy who, poor guy, did not make the team. The T20 team. He's the other guy who's a good captaincy candidate, and we all discuss how unlucky he was to be left out of that team. So captaincy also, I don't see if that is an excuse.
Look, why are they fixated then on Gill becoming all format captain?
I'll give you a thing. Maybe that's the case. Sometimes it is, again, no personal bias, but those eye tests, some batters look so good. They are also, how do I say, one, aesthetically they look good, so you rate them highly. Two, they are the good guys who you say. Sometimes when you look at captain, you're not just looking at batting. Yeah. You're looking at young. Can he be a good ambassador for the game? Does he speak well? All of those things sometimes you look at, right? Maybe he brings with him a whole package. That's why he was, cherry picked. He was identified as that guy who can be, again, controversy free. I think Indian cricket is very sensitive to that. In Hardik's case, all of those things also come. Yeah, so you like that, good boy. Do you think that is one factor that has helped him get slight advantage? I'm not saying he's a fantastic player, Gill. I'm not denying that at all. I'm saying, but when it comes to a very close call, 19-20 as we call, because of how good he looks as a batter, aesthetically, technically correct, good boy, less controversy, that gives him that slight edge. Is that the reason?
That is also the reason. Which is the one controversy he's been involved in off the field? If you compare it with Shreyas, Hardik, Sanju, when you look at it.
No. But does this work? I'm just wondering. Does this work sometimes?
It could be working. Because then how could you make him a future all-format captain?
It worked, I remember, to a large extent, I think, even in the case of KL Rahul.
Yeah.
Even the performances were kind of missing. You use the same thing. Oh, he passes the eye test. Very aesthetically pleasing player. Also someone who kept his nose very clean. There was never a controversial moment with him.
There was where he got suspended, but poorly just because of association.
Yeah, he was guilty by association. Yeah. No other reason. Poor guy bore the brunt for something that he did absolutely nothing with.
Agreed.
He was just sitting there and laughing. And if that is the case, then I mean, all of y'all are also.
No, he's genuinely a good guy.
Yeah, he's a very sweet chap. Whatever my criticisms of him may be.
You can criticize him for his cricket, but I'm saying otherwise.
But as a person, he comes across as very sweet, gentle, very humble, grounded. Nothing wrong. Not the type who will go out looking for controversies. In fact, I remember recently there were some quotes of his going viral. We was doing the interview, and he said that one of the things I found shocking about IPL captaincy is just being held accountable to everyone. I remember that caused a bit of a stir because it was seen as a dig at the LSG owner, obviously. But even the way he said it wasn't malicious. He was just being very forthright and frank and presenting it. Because I watched the video and I'm like, he's not really being malicious. He's just saying it in a normal way. And it's like a guy expressing what is wrong or what he felt was weird, which is fair. So yeah, he was favored, or he definitely, I think, as you said, those close calls went in his favor because of that. Same thing is happening with a Gill. Very clean cut guy. Nothing wrong personally. There's no skeletons in the closet. Other advantage both of them had, batters. We had a batter obsessed nation. We are a batter of this
And
nation.
also, when he was the captain, he was the opener also in white ball cricket, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was.
History is repeating itself in a different way
Shivam
altogether.
has, our producer Shivam says, maybe because he's GT captain. But what has that got to do with?
Yeah, what does that have to do with
GT captain, Hardik was also GT captain. But Hardik left GT.
And Hardik,
Is
funnily
Is that why Hardik was then removed as captain material? Because he left GT and went there.
The
Then
Mumbai-
who became GT captain becomes the captaincy material.
But then-
so you're saying playing for GT is... But how?
But no,
What is
that
the
was
connection?
cancelled even in Hardik's case, ironically.
It was not.
Mumbai...
when he
is
joined
saying-
Mumbai,
He is saying one of the criteria is to be GT captain. So when Hardik was GT captain, and I think Shivam is right there,
yeah, he's right.
he was your contender to be T20 captain. When he left GT and went to Mumbai, he was stripped of his
India
Indian
captaincy
T20.
pretty much.
Who became GT captain?
Shubman Gill.
Who is the next captain in line?
Shubman Gill.
Yeah. Who's not yet been designated, by the way. But then...
You were
You named
saying
him vice
things-
captain.
You are not looking at the chronology.
But there are actually two MI captains at this point in time when you look at
MI has got nothing. We're not talking about MI.
MI are irrelevant
What has
in
MI
this
got to
scheme of
do with
things.
GT
this?
also then.
No,
He's
GT
got a
is-
point.
Yeah.
No,
he fell out.
disagree.
No, he
Did
fell
he
out.
not
of-
give
he
you the
fell out-
chronology
Yeah.
just now, Shivam?
I disagree with that totally.
No, you may
because
disagree with the theory.
Also the chronology.
How chronology is
Please
absolutely
tell me
right.
how.
When did Hardik Pandya last captain? Before the entire fiasco happened in Mumbai Indians.
Not at all.
Yes.
No.
West Indies was his last series.
Yes, but the thing is after that
Before
India,
the World Cup.
Yes, but India didn't play a T20I, no?
Yeah.
But then after that, okay,
India
look,
didn't play a T20I.
you
His-
played 3 ODI, 3 T20s versus Afghanistan.
Rohit was back as captain for that.
Yes.
And after that, when you,
And the by the way, the fall from captaincy or the big changing move happened in December.
Yes. And my point is, Rohit was anyway supposed to come back. That's fine. But technically, the fiasco had happened. And in let's say if Rohit was to come back, wouldn't have mattered if you went with Shubman or Hardik, whatever. Rohit would have been captain. So he came back. Maybe he was not playing as he mentioned. So the switch does not happen. He was being looked at as captain while he was at GT.
Yeah.
Then the fiasco happens and then Rohit comes back. Let's say that. Technically, when Rohit retires, he should have gotten it. No, but by the time the fiasco had happened.
Suryakumar Yadav got it. Again, but when did GT win the IPL? 2022, right?
2022 and 23, if you remember.
He
they
was in
made
the finalist,
Yeah.
okay? When Hardik won his first stint at GT, who was the captain then in the Indian cricket team?
Rohit. But to where you're forgetting that, and if this is where the chronology really comes back. 2022, the first T20 series you played after
New
the
Zealand.
World Cup, New Zealand. Who was your captain?
Hardik Pandya.
Because
Exactly.
Rohit decided to...
Yes.
Yes, and then in
So-
2023, every single T20 series that you played, who was the captain?
It was Hardik
Exactly.
because ODIs was the priority at that time.
I agree with
That's
you.
right.
You're not getting my point. I'm saying when Rohit is not available, you designated Hardik as the captain. Assuming, right?
true.
What does that tell you? Once Rohit is done, who's your next captain?
Hardik Pandya.
We will never know. I'll tell you
I'm
why.
just saying.
I'm just saying on paper. It's like, why do we assume Shubman is the next in line? Because designated vice captain.
Correct. Shubman may not become. Who knows? But I'm saying today, if I was to ask you who's your next T20 captain, you are going to say Shubman Gill. Yes, there is a possibility as we're discussing. Maybe he doesn't get dropped now. No. Let's say he doesn't get dropped now. But let's say he doesn't have a good T20 as series. Then there's a good chance he doesn't become the captain and you make somebody else. But I'm saying as of today. But in Hardik's case, in Shubman's case, if it doesn't happen, it'll be down to his form. Correct? In Hardik's case, that wasn't the issue. In fact, technically, the kind of T20 World Cup he had, it was a natural choice.
He won
to
you that
become
final.
to become the captain. He did not. And the reason was not down to his form.
The reason
be.
was the MIGT politics that happened. We
I don't know whether it was the reason, but it clearly wasn't form. Or it wasn't his ability. It wasn't even his ability to being
No,
a good
you know
captain.
what was
he was
the-
a very good captain. He had very good...
You know what was the line that was peddled around?
Injury problem.
Injury. That is the thing.
Convenient excuse.
So that's what I said. It wasn't his form. It wasn't his ability not to be a good captain.
It was injury.
Of course,
Perception.
Injury was, I don't know how much to believe that, but there was clearly something
That was the perception.
more than meets the eye.
Yeah,
at
it was
least.
the perception built around his injury.
So that's what I'm saying. No, this perception, whether it's injury, perception, otherwise, all of that plays a major role.
And Shubman Gill is reaping the benefits of that perception that you've got at this point.
But it could have been someone else, no?
That's why I tell you, Siddharth, your perception in the office has to be good. If you go around doing naughty things, then you will not get, So perception is important.
Now, whose perception is that? I don't know.
No matter how
Have I
hard,
fallen into the Hardik trap all over
no
again?
matter how hard you work, perception is very important. Just
I'm in a complicated dystopian nation. I don't know what the
in
perception
general.
is.
By the way, the other big thing, Suryakumar, Yadav, Shubman, Gill, form we've discussed. There is also Siddharth's favorite word, I will have to go. The muddle order bit, yeah.
Okay.
I love Akshar Patel as a batter. We have spoken about it earlier. We've gone so far as to say that in ODI cricket, if I had to choose one all-rounder, left arm spinning all-rounder for his batting abilities, I'll go with Akshar ahead of Jadeja. I think we've
Even his bowling.
Yeah, we've kind of agreed that. So we're big fans of Akshar Patel. And I was there in Barbados when he played an absolutely match-winning knock. He was the primary reason why you put up a total like that. Of course, Virat was the highest scorer, but the impact that Akshar made, incredible. And he will continue to do that. I have full faith. But my point is, when you're looking at a 170, 180, you've lost a few wickets, you need some stability. Akshar comes in. I agree. Akshar comes in 1 in 6, 7, 8 games. I will take that. As a variation, he comes in. Or on occasion where you lost quick wickets and you are not chasing a very big total, so you're getting stability. You're chasing your record high total, something that you've never gotten before.
Chased.
You're chasing that. And you have a gun player like Tilak Varma, who's been in the form of his life, the best batter in the recently concluded Asia Cup final that you played. He is not coming there. Please explain to me that. And the second blunder in that batting order, because a continuation.
I think I know where you're going.
Shivam Dube at number 8. I told you this last game, you guys weren't believing. They are trying to make Shivam Dube a finisher. I said it last game and we were just having doubts. Now I'm convinced they're trying to do that. And that's a disastrous technique or an idea to have, because he's not been doing this for the longest time. His best days in CSK has been as a top order batter. His best days for the Indian team. I'll go back to that T20 World Cup. One good knock against Pakistan, top of the order. That final also chipped in higher up in the order. He is not your finisher. You removed a Rinku Singh for whatever reason. He can be that finisher. Ajitesh you're trying to look at as a finisher can be a finisher, because these are players who've done that role day in and day out. Shivam Dube is not that player who does that role. He's good against spinners. He needs to bat in that middle order. When spinners are there, he cannot be a finisher. Two big blunders in your batting order. Please explain.
Okay, so I'll go on a bit of a rant, but
yeah, we love that.
So the thing is, now I think there's two things or two theories for this whole Akshar Patel thing. Either you've decided that he's your firefighter come what may. I need to stabilize the innings, I'll send Akshar. I need quick runs, I'll send Akshar. I don't know what to do, I'll send Akshar. It's not the first time they're promoting him this high, it won't be the last.
Is Akshar Patel or Virat Kohli?
Exactly, what are you? I see what is like a hybrid of Sachin Virat or something. That any problem, any hole you want to plug, you're putting him in there. Or the second is that the team management listens to way more outside noise than they will admit. And they said, you think we do left, right, left, right. Now watch, we'll do left, left. And right, right.
Yeah.
Because that's what they did. That's what they did. See, you lost Abhishek, you sent Akshar. Okay. Oh, you lost Shubman. You sent Akshar. And you're like, okay, cool, no problem. But then...
And you had two left-handers.
And then you lost Abhishek. And then you're like, okay, then you sent Sky. And I'm like, what is going on here? What thinking? And I'm sorry, this Shivam Dube as a finisher thing, I want to bang my head against the wall. For months I have been screaming that this guy is a 3 or a 4 at best. His best work even in T20I
or at 5.
Yeah, lowest 5. And even there I'd say he's ineffective. His best job is you're smacking spinners. And you're sending him out there to now hit the pacers. That's not to say he can't hit pacers, but he's at his best when hitting the spinners first and then facing the pacers. I remember 2024 in the IPL, he had a bit of a drop off, not in terms of his strike rate, but in terms of the runs he scored, because they started targeting him with short pitch bowling. Everyone.
Today, that's why he couldn't come up now. Everybody was pacer.
I mean, that's not my
That's
point.
why when he came also pacer
Yeah!
only, na? Got bowled.
That's why he should have been at 5. When
4 or 5, latest. That's what I don't understand. You are at this point, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna go and do what the Indian team does, is confuse formats. Every single problem you have is of your own making. The whole Rohit Virat fiasco, the will they, won't they, comes from you. This entire fiasco of forcing out 3 players comes from you. You wanted Shubman Gill in the squad. You wanted him in the playing 11. You want to anoint him the captain in waiting. So this is a problem that, my dear fellow team management members, not fellow, we are team management members, you have created. Now you are reaping the benefits. You took something that wasn't broken, you broke it, and now like, see, we're trying to make fixes, but that doesn't work. This isn't a Japanese art where you break a plate and then put gold in there. You had
That
a perfect
happens,
yeah, that's the thing. I'm forgetting what it's called, but it's like if plates are broken, then what they'll do is they'll like join it with gold and it looks even better. There's a thing for it. I'll find out what
I
it's
can
called.
do that. Does it make good money?
I'm sure it does. It's like an
Yeah.
aesthetic thing.
It's
people
Japan.
I love breaking.
You will make good money in Japan.
Yeah, but my point is that why are you trying to do this here? You had a team that was winning series for fun. You had a batting lineup that was going ball guns blazing gung ho, and you've ruined it.
But you're still winning.
But so that doesn't
That
matter.
is the thing.
I don't care about bilaterals. You can win every single bilateral.
The problem is, see, what has happened is, I've been saying ever since 2024, when you win, if there are certain people's form in concern, classic case, Suryakumar Yadav. I've been saying it that, boss, he is not in form.
Yeah.
But everything will be swept under the carpet because India are winning. Okay? India have been winning. You haven't lost the series, by the way. You still got 3 more matches.
3 games.
3 games, okay?
Thank God we have 3 games. Otherwise, if this were a test series, it would be done.
You have 126 strike rate as your captain, but you won't change your captain, okay? You somehow got out of jail in Australia. You won that series 2-1. You won the Asia Cup also with these flaws, remember. The Shubman flaw, Rinku played in only 1 game and faced only 1 ball
And
in
hit
the
a 4.
whole series. The voices can get shriller, but everything will be swept under this hole because you are winning. Today you have lost 1 game. In that England series that you played prior to this in India, you lost 1 game. You won the series 4-1. Unless you don't have a catastrophic, and I don't want to be in that category wherein, I want India to lose just because Gambhir is heading the team or Gambhir is taking I don't want to be in that category.
Who is in that category?
Oh, there are a lot of fans.
Lot of so-called toxic fans are like on a rant, we hope the Indian team loses because Gambhir is at the helm. That is the bullseye that Gambhir has painted for himself. Too blunt, too honest, and in the last couple of series when I look at it, too vengeful and too flip-flopping.
Too bullheaded.
Of course.
Too
But
bullheaded.
that same bullheadedness has helped him in T20s.
But I'll just tell you on that subject, on the coaches subject, I think, we've listed a lot of issues that there are, but my point is also on that Arshdeep thing.
Yeah.
He's bowling those wides, and I know that that's not ideal. We've spoken about it, but I would still be a bit wary of trying to express myself on national TV like that. As a coach.
Yeah, that was a bit
I mean,
much.
it's not, because you're putting pressure on the bowler all the more.
Yeah.
And I agree that even if I was coach, I would want to speak to him, but I won't let the world know what I'm feeling at that moment.
Look at Mornay's reaction. It was very
Yeah,
dignified.
yeah.
Because he knew that at any moment, I'm the bowling coach, the camera may cut to me, I'm keeping a stoic expression.
Yeah.
Gambhir, again, that AB de Villiers word comes back to me. Emotional.
Yeah, I know.
He
I'm
is,
also, I may be emotional as a coach. I'm sure there were other coaches who are emotional as well. Ravi Shastri is emotional and whatever. At that very moment, you just had to look at it. Of course, you're disappointed. You're not happy with what the bowler is doing. It's happening again and again. You keep it for till the game ends. or when
This
they
is the
take
problem.
an innings break.
This is the problem when you wear your heart on your sleeve. This is what happens. You can't disconnect yourself.
But
you are like the
telling
fan.
me Ravi Shastri was not wearing a heart on his sleeve, or Anil Kumble, when the coach, was not wearing a heart on the sleeve. All of them were.
But again, we know what happened with Anil Kumble. He didn't last
that
one
aside.
whole year.
Leave that
That is
aside.
aside. I'm talking about expression.
Or they care. They care.
They cared. But then with Anil, you couldn't make sense because he was a disciplinarian through and through.
If it was like Rahul Dravid, you think he doesn't wear his heart on the sleeve? I go back to Rahul Dravid in that IPL. I remember throwing the cap, but then that was still a very natural because that was a full frustration of the season coming out. You were in cruise control to be in the top 2. You missed out on the top 4, and then the way you missed out on that thing,
yes.
and you had to bang. I mean, they chased it in 12, 13 overs.
14.2 overs, yeah.
Chased it. So all of that, yes. I mean, it was a different way, and I can imagine that. But I'm saying for a moment to happen, I'm not sure.
I mean, as I said, he is going to be like that only, Gautam Gambhir, and you won't change him for that. But now, see, our fans and certain people, they have gone the other extreme, if I have to look at it. I mean, yes, criticize Gill, criticize Gambhir, but on cricketing decisions and cricketing logic, but just don't have that thing that I want the team to lose so that Gambhir goes out. That toxic mentality I thought ended in 2005 and 6 with that time you were targeting an outsider in Greg Chappell. But you're targeting your own here, and that's why I don't take the fans seriously at all. Whatever they may say on social media.
No, what do you mean? Which fan?
Any.
But don't paint all fans with the same picture.
That's true.
I don't think majority of the fans are happy with India losing.
Yeah. But majority of the fans are also not happy with India winning. If a Gill contributes, if a Gambhir does well, they are not happy.
See, I think those are the minority.
Yeah.
With Indian cricket, with the fan bases that have been...
My point is that the minority may seem big, but then you have to look at the majority also with that same number. They're big.
Difficult. Very difficult, especially in the era of TNs. Many sensible fans are a majority.
We get a lot of them on our channel.
I'm not so sure about that. I'm very sorry. I mean, I'm expected to believe that people who have been toxicated and poisoned with the TNs can come up with sensible comments on Gambhir and Gill.
See, there are two sides definitely. But I think the ones who are hoping for India to lose are definitely a minority.
Yeah. I have to agree.
Let's see. I mean, in the fans' case, I've always been proven right. This might be, I told you so, 2 years later.
You have now no right to say you've been promising us that book for 3-4 years.
This time, I will not even promise you a timeline.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, good point. I won't promise you a timeline.
It's coming to you directly.
Come in 10 years.
No. So, it's coming to you directly. Please. I'm not promising a timeline.
I'm sorry. In the time that he's been promising that book, my first stint here ended. My second stint has begun. I'm still waiting for the book.
Don't let the second stint also end.
No, that won't. If machines can be my worst enemy, then they are.
You're saying now I won't give a timeline. Why?
Because I know it won't come.
It will come.
So next time I ask him 3 years later, what happened? He said, I didn't give you a timeline.
No. Now I will. No timeline is given, but it will come directly in with you. The first manuscript will come to you.
No, it will. But the question is when.
But why should
I'm retired, staying in the hills, you'll send it to me.
Once bitten, twice shy.
But why would the first manuscript come to him? He's not a publisher.
No, it will come and then I'll ask for the help. I mean,
I'll get you a publisher.
Yeah.
I can help you with that too.
So, that is why. If I promise and I don't...
Unbiased.
No, it won't be unbiased at all. Please.
I don't even need to laugh.
Then it defeats the whole purpose.
Okay. Speaking of unbiased, let's check out what some of our fans have to say. Yeah.
Yep. Chirag
Patel.
Okay.
It's not Chirag GPT. I get confused with that.
GPAT.
GPAT.
Our fans and few journalists want India to fail, especially Gill and Gigi. I can see that they're waiting to fail, and I won't say shuffling the batting order is the reason for the loss. I won't accept that.
No, we are also not saying that's the only loss. In fact, if you've seen for the last 1 odd hour, we would be live 40 minutes or whatever. I think we've tried to address every aspect, and there are many moving parts to this entire thing. So it's not just one thing, of course. But what this is telling you is a bit of uncertainty, a bit of confusion. This is what it reflects. And that overall picture doesn't look good, especially when you just have 8 games to go for a tournament as big as the World Cup, of which you are defending champions as well. So because of that. But and by the way, can I be honest? If I'm just answering that fan thing, fans want India to fail or whatever, that may or may not be the case. I'm not getting into the argument. But even if I assume that lots of fans want it, that still doesn't translate in the result. Nah? Fans have no contribution to make in what the result is. And if there are enough fans wanting to do that, then just getting your things right and getting the right results, prove them wrong. Exactly. As simple as that. End of matter. Fans are not influencing the results. And
also, I think in today's day and age on social media, you have to take everything that comes with a pinch of salt.
Yeah. I've seen proportions.
Yeah. I've seen enough. I mean, I'm giving you an example. I have a lot of fandoms in terms of sport, and I see everyone start throwing their toys out of the pram with a bad result. Yeah. I take it with a pinch of salt because I said they're either trying to rage bait or do some engagement farming, or they are actually just mad at the moment and venting out frustration. It's one or the other. I've seen Chelsea fans start calling for Enzo Maresca's head, and I'm like, why? You shouldn't be doing that. But a lot of fans doing it. I've seen Liverpool fans call for Arne Slot's head. It makes no sense, but I mean, you're seeing it happen. So I ignore that, and then 3 months later, when things start going right, they'll be like, oh, the club did the right thing by not sacking. And I'm like, yeah, then why were you calling for their heads? That's the point. You just have to kind of drown out the noise. You have to go KL Rahul.
Yeah.
That's the best way to go.
Which didn't work, by the way.
No, as a fan or as a journalist, I try and also sometimes just drown out that negativity because it becomes too much.
I often tell you that as you know, people who are commenting on the game, we guys are subjected to some vile abuse, but then you don't take that seriously either ways, and you don't let praise also get to your head, but to also criticism, you take it in a stride and you move forward. If you start bothering about it, then you won't be able to give an honest opinion here. And that's what we have to do primarily. Be very honest with our opinion. That's all. And not because 10 people abuse me because of one player, now I'll be extra careful before I criticize them. No, don't let that happen, because that's what they really want out of you. So don't.
Yep. I love cornflakes from Canada is saying, would Australia
sorry, he's given us a comment many times. I've often wanted to say that. Now I'm reminded. I also used to love cornflakes, but avoid eating cornflakes.
It's one of the worst things to eat.
Yes. Any kind of breakfast cereals, you should.
Avoid. They're the worst things.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you like breakfast cereal stuff, go for oatmeal. Homemade.
Yeah,
not that ready-made crap. No. That's bad.
Yeah.
Eggs. Pardon my language. Eggs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or eggs also, by the way, have been.
I know.
Yeah, but I can tell you, there's a lot in that, and it's been done just with one company's product, and that too, by the way, I checked out. It does have elements that are carcinogenic, but they're still below the prescribed limit.
The problem is the prescribed limit in India is 1%.
Yes.
Around the world, it's zero.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. So it's within that 1%. So
1% is vomited. Irony indeed. 1%.
No, in terms of the quantity of that thing in the product. Yeah.
So I
did some research on that. Yeah.
Same. I was very concerned when I saw that because I happen to eat those particular.
They're very popular. So I'm not going to take the name of the company. So it's only happened with one certain supplier. But if you get your eggs fresh from the farm yourself, then don't need to worry.
Absolutely not.
That's what I Love Cornflakes is saying. Would Australia have stuck with a non-performing captain, vice captain for this long? If memory serves me, they did process with an Aaron Finch.
Yeah, I know. Actually, Australia stick on with their players for very long. They gave again mixing formats, but Labus Kakne got a very long rope. I remember there was a Khwaja is the other one.
Then you got even I think Maxwell.
Yeah.
He always failed in bilaterals but did well in ICC.
That's the thing with Australia. They take a lot of time to pick players, but once they do, they don't. The problem in India is that you've been picking so many players, but some don't get that long rope. Others do, and that's what is the surprising bit. In Australia's case, I'll disagree with you on that. I think they would have given a long rope to a Shubman also, but They then give a long rope to everyone. Then a long rope would have been given to Sanju also when he was getting his 100.
Exactly.
A long rope would have been given to a Karun Nair in Test match cricket also.
Yeah.
So everyone, a Sarfaraz or everyone would have been given. But that doesn't happen.
I mean, you look at that 2021 squad itself of Australia. There are so many non-performers, but then they won the World Cup with that.
And I like his
That's
second
their
question.
formula.
No? Is importance of vice captain an Indian thing? His
It
second
is.
question. Yes, I think so.
It is.
It's a very ceremonial position.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
vice president and all those.
Or
kind of-
president.
President.
In India.
Yeah, that's the thing. And if given free rein, thoughts
all
on the
that
way
was.
forward.
I'll tell you what. You go back and fix what you shouldn't have broken. Remove Gill, put Sanju back at the top of the order, bring Rinku Singh back. Everyone's happy,
Yep, they are.
especially me.
Yeah. Faraz Ahmed is
And
like.
don't shuffle your batting order. all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. Faraz Ahmed is saying, Aksar strikes at 108 in power play, 46% dot ball in his first 10 balls and not elite against pace when bowled good short of a length. Often cramps himself when ball is brought in, not one trait for him to bat in the power
Good.
play.
Exactly. Love those stats.
Yeah. Faraz, good point. And
Yeah.
that's exactly, I mean, without looking at those stats, those are my exact opinion. That's why I said he can be bought into that position when you're going for a par or a subpar total, you're chasing, and you've suddenly lost 3 wickets. Now, what do you want to do? You want to elongate your batting order. So bring someone like an Akshar to bring in stability, bat at 106, 110 strike rate, get some balls going, be in touch with the required run rate, so that your top order batters can come and finish off the game. You know, or the more experienced batters can come and finish off the game. In this case, where you need like 200 plus, you had to be attacking at all points. In fact, if you see, India weren't that far behind 8th over and so.
Yeah.
From there on, then
They had lost far too many wickets. Runs wise, they
when
were
they
on
were
par.
3 down, also they were, they had lost 2 and South Africa were 1 down. But I think the runs and all were around same. And then that gap just kept increasing because you were not attacking at all.
Yeah.
Chirag Patel says the World Cup victory won't come easily. Let India fail in a few bilateral matches and learn from their mistakes. Why are fans so obsessed with bilateral losses?
No, I am with you, Chirag. It's
Yeah.
okay if you lose the series. That's not the thing. See, if you were doing everything right, you're getting your team right, doing everything right, not leaking so many extras, so on and so forth, I think that wouldn't be a problem. But I think the problem now has been, too many things that are visibly wrong.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Because you're not doing the right things.
Yeah.
And then when those obvious same things are letting you fail, then you're like, why is this happening to me?
You know,
It's
the
weird.
third point that he makes, the third line, learn from the mistake. Will you learn? Apparently they aren't.
Win hai ya to learn hai. Naveen Narayan says, what on earth was that performance from India? They made a flat pitch feel like a pitch with mines. Even a street player would have made merry given these many chances like Gill. Ridiculous
Yeah.
bowling from India.
Yeah.
Valid points. We
Valid,
discussed all that.
valid.
Yeah.
Dhanush says that Siddharth said I'm harsh when I Sky, why should I not average 13 in 20 innings, play Test and ODI World Cup, didn't deserve to play captain because Hardik was not Gigi's sidekick?
Well, I mean, have I been saying that Suryakumar Yadav should continue playing, but then are you going to drop your captain?
You can't. If you do that, then you're really setting the cat
You
among the
can't.
pigeons.
You can't.
You're really setting the cat among the pigeons.
And Suryakumar, the captain, has been doing well.
Yeah.
Just the 6th loss in these 2 years.
Exactly.
But because of the high standards he set, he's subject to open criticism if you lose, which is rare.
With this team and without any captain, they will win.
This Indian team without a captain will win.
Interesting.
This is the best team
I don't know.
with the Shubman Gill in that and
Well, after 2 changes.
2 changes. Now then that's
So they're not
Yeah,
the best.
They are not the
Okay.
best. Then, yeah.
Steve Tickler says, next, can you compare India's batting order when they scored 297 versus Bangladesh versus today's batting lineup? See how
Yeah.
a well-settled T20 batting order was destroyed for one prince.
No, I mean, don't want to sound that harsh, but you're right. I think that's why you were getting so many runs because of this philosophy that you had told everyone, I'm giving you a long rope, go bat the way you want to entertain the crowds. That was a philosophy and everyone was doing that. Until you dropped a few players and you made some changes, that sent nervous vibes all across.
Oh no, not again.
With everyone now worried.
Yeah.
See, once you do it to a one player, two player, then they are like,
I mean,
hey, Yashasvi Jaiswal is
What
gone.
wrong did he do? Rinku Singh, what wrong did he do?
Sanju is gone. Yeah, so then they'll be like, no, boss. The rope isn't that long. And then as soon as that comes in, issues start creeping in.
I need to give a shout out to my new favorite name,
Ajib.
Ajib Agarkar. Love it.
Yes.
Too good. Says writing is on the wall. 2007 Greg Chappell shaking hands. 2026 GG. Ooh.
Guru Greg.
And Guru Gambhir are getting compared very unfavorably.
yep. Which is why, out of the 3 coaches that started with G, only one had success.
Gary.
Gary. The other 2 have not. It's caused division, apparently. Chirag Patel again. Sky is not 3 for Team India. He struggles against moving ball. He should be number 4. And Tilak at number 3. He has become one dimension area scoring players. He is getting out by his mistake, not bowler wicket. Indeed.
Actually, I mean, I also agree that Tilak should be your 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Sky at 4.
The problem with Sky then is that he also struggles against spin at times. So
Left
also
arm
a headache.
orthodox.
Ashton Agar.
Ashton Agar.
Yeah, I remember that.
that's the thing.
That was the start of the Surya Bhatt and Suryakumar Yadav meme era.
Yeah,
remember
unfortunately.
that.
Yeah. The
It's
only
quite
guy to have been bowled for 3 golden ducks. That record will only be equaled. It will never be broken.
Yes, Shivam, we have a meme segment coming up, guys.
We have Shivam Giri.
We have the Shivam Giri coming up. We're
meme
teasing that
segment.
for you guys. Please stay around for it. Naveen Narayan says that for one prince, we'll lose a kingdom in the T20 World Cup. Ooh, this is like that. There's that meme where someone writes something nice and you're showing their writing, and then there's like fire coming from the pen. This is that sort of a comment.
But who knows, on 19th of December, what if he does well in his favourite home ground? Ahmedabad. He's an Ahmedabad beast. 19th, it's happening in Ahmedabad. Why not?
The final T20.
Oh, yes.
All of them will be forced to eat humble pie if it happens, though.
Dhanush again says after Gill's 100 in the Champions Trophy against the mighty team, who really scored 100 against? I'm forgetting. Australia?
I think it was, no, not Bangladesh. I'll have to check.
I'm sure he's being sarcastic by saying mighty team because I don't remember that being a knock from him.
I can only think of Bangladesh.
Anyway, yet to score a 15-21 white ball matches, but committal player in 2006 T20 World Cup and 2027 ODI World Cup. Jeez.
Yeah.
The shots are flying.
This committal bit is the thing that he's harping upon the most.
Committal.
Yeah, he did. Okay,
There we go.
Bangladesh. Correct.
Mighty team. Jesus.
Champions Trophy. Wow.
Yeah, we were grouped with them.
Yeah. Shami took 5 wickets, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, shake it like Shami.
Mikey King, 50-47 saying, Sky and GG playing every T20. I have tried and experimented with something today. It didn't get right. Batting orders always by GG and Kotak during the match.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like you're arbitrarily calling them. It's like gully cricket vibes. Chandra, you go pad up. Chandra, there's a spinner coming, you go. Although if that was the case, they'd probably send Dubey higher up the order. Anyway.
Which they didn't, by the way.
King 007 Drappa is back. Says history will be kinder to VK, the T20 batter, for his contributions for over a decade and godly carry jobs in T20 World Cups, unlike 2 fluke years in Hong Kong.
Damn. Minnow bashing, yes, that's the problem.
I'm sorry, the 2 fluke years part is funny. It's not true, but it's funny.
Yeah.
It's not true. He was your best batter during that time
I
period.
mean, he did score 200s in the Sena against New Zealand and England.
Exactly. People tend to forget that.
No, he was. I agree.
2022, he was your best batter by a country mile, and it required England to use one of their best bowlers in Adil Rashid to get him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
That World Cup also. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. 2022, the semi. It required a godly ball from Rashid and some very good planning to get him out.
Field setting was superb.
Yes, exactly.
Adelaide. Yep.
Yeah.
Steve Ticolo, history tells us you need commitment to play in World Cup, not runs. Our captain Gill showed commitment traveling to Guwahati, even with injury sealed spot. Yeah.
They're all having a field day.
He,
absolutely.
he in fact did total Bharat Darshan with that injury. Went to Guwahati, then came to Mumbai, then went to Chandigarh, back to Bengaluru.
I mean, that was quite careless.
Quite careless. He was advised not to travel. And then he was like, no. You'll make him travel everywhere.
No, I understand that he really wanted to play. So
I get
I'm
that,
not, yeah.
but still.
Sometimes
Sometimes you have to step in and save the players from themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We weren't doing that. You were doing the opposite. Indulging
That's
him.
the thing, yeah. Four different parts of the country you travelled with that neck injury. From east, then to west, then to south, then to north. Brilliant.
Naveen Narayan says, can't even whitewash South Africa in our strong format. Yeah, let's.
But yeah,
South Africa are a good side.
But even when you were strong, you didn't whitewash South Africa. You
Exactly.
lost. You won that series 3-1 in your peak in 2024. When you're scoring 250s, 290s for fun, you still lost in one game. So it's not easy to whitewash South Africa. Yeah, come on. Australia have tried, they've never succeeded. Rakesh Bhushan, World Cup is nearing all of a sudden. The situation's not bad as it looks, it's worst. World Cup is nearing, harsher decisions needed.
You might need to take one big call at least.
Again, Rakesh, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't think it's all doom and gloom. You still have. I mean, if you were to pick up the record last 12 months, I don't think any team's done better than India in T20 cricket. Let's be honest about it. As you pointed out, you've not even lost a series. And for all you know, you might win this series also comfortably. So not jumping the gun, but yes, if there are some visible problems, you need to sort that out.
Yeah.
True.
Chirag again is saying, there's no place for experiments in India. According to fans, let players go through tough situations. What this pressure, let them learn from these games.
I agree. Nothing wrong with that. And I'd rather you fail now than in the World Cup. Simple as.
Yeah.
But then that's also foolhardy if you are seeing certain things that can be fixed and you ignore them. And then you go to the World Cup. And people are going to ask you, like these problems were there for you to see. What were you doing in the bilateral series?
Yeah, this is not a case of you're doing experimentation for the sake of it. This is, you can see something's not working and you're just being foolhardy and just refusing to fix it.
Yeah.
Siva Subramaniam says, ended Ishant's career in ODIs, Sanju's in T20s, made Virat retire in Test so he can bat 4, scored in England highways, sacked Rohit after 2 ICC trophies. That's Prince Gill for you.
Again, Ishan, I would disagree with it. Because see, he had scored 200 in Chittagong, agree.
Yeah.
But Ishan had scored, but at that time in the start of 2023 until mid 2023, Gill was supreme in all formats. Let's not forget that.
I agree, but
on Sanju, yes, I agree. He's ended. He's like put his T20 career on ventilator. Agreed with that. Virat, but then aren't you not celebrating the way how Gill scored in England? Are you not celebrating a 2-2 series draw? Aren't you not celebrating it? Just because you are anti-Gill, you will not celebrate 2-2. People went after me for calling that series drab because England was not typical England where you see him swing, grown up on that. Come on. But then now you are going away from that template. Yeah. And sorry, Virat in test matches for 5 years, barring 2, he was in poor form. Let's make one thing very clear. So yeah, on Samson, I agree. His T20 career is on a ventilator. But other than that, disagree on all fronts.
Rakesh Bhushan says that after the Great Champions Trophy, Rocco were put on the ventilator. Now Sky and Shubman with their performances are saying sackers. But Jija and Nagarkar are quiet. Why this different weighing scale? Do BCCI prefer yes men?
Could be.
But by the way, it's not pinpointing at any one player, but for time immemorial, BCCI always liked. Not yes men, but they don't
those who don't make controversial
really
statements.
outspoken.
Who toe the company line, basically.
Who are not very outspoken, who just mind their business and play cricket.
Yeah.
That's been the case with BCCI, not from now.
For a while.
Yeah. 30 odd years that I have covered them.
Yeah. I'll take Greg Chappell.
Greg Chappell says, what do you feel about Rivaba Jadeja's statement?
Yeah, I saw that. It was quite bizarre. I don't know if you guys saw it.
I heard it, but
What was it?
I mean, there are some players who've not done some good deeds when they are away on tour. And
no, my husband is very
simple, straightforward in that matter.
No, as in, when he travels abroad,
But what is the point of that?
Why
he
suddenly?
said it somewhere, I believe. I'm not sure 100%. I've just saw it on social media.
Exactly, and I've got to be very careful with the translation also because she's spoken in Gujarati. So, got to be very careful with the way, the context and how she's spoken about it.
Do you know Gujarati also?
I understand Gujarati.
I just thought I'll check because there isn't any language he doesn't know. So
I understand because in Mumbai you spend 20 years in a Gujarati locality. How would you not know them? So,
Vilepale?
in Mulund. Yeah. So, and Uttapa said, surprising, I didn't see Gigi come in ODI species and credit Virat Roy to shut down naysayers.
Agreed. Robbie makes a good point.
But I mean, it wasn't that statement enough that
Their experience is important in the dressing room. So that's like I'm asking ChatGPT to write me a generic statement.
But I mean, see, I agree that he didn't wax lyrical, but then he also didn't say that okay, we don't need them in the dressing room.
It was
at this point.
non-committal.
So he gave one statement. I mean,
But it was non-committal. That's my point.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you have to say then to make it committal or something.
Yes,
in that
they're
sense.
definitely part of our plans. How can there even be questions over that?
I think a lot more can be said, especially in these times where aspersions are being cast, doubts are being raised. Clear it once and for all. End it. And as coach, you're all the more wanting to do that because that's your job, right?
Yeah,
To protect the team.
exactly.
Say it.
Naveen Narayan says that even though Rocco performed good, you say 50 over World Cup is 2 years away, and still we're looking at youngsters. Shubman and Sky with continuous shambolic performance and still nothing. That's Gigi and his bias. Pathetic bias, to quote Naveen Narayan.
But Sky has not been in good form for 2 years. That's the thing. Rakesh Bhushan, when you have Gucci/LV in your shelf, you don't wear a local brand, do you? SAC, GG, SS and YJ are much better than him in T20 period. Why this obsession?
Yeah, Rakesh, we don't know such
I don't own
brands.
Gucci anyway. So.
We're very middle class. Give us some normal brand so we can actually feel what you're saying. But having said that, we get your sentiment for sure.
Yeah.
We know what you're talking about.
Abibas
Abibas. No, we can afford Adidas. He's talking about Gucci and
Gucci, Louis Vuitton are
Louis
different.
Vuitton,
All different class.
We don't need Abibas. We can buy Adidas.
I can buy Adidas, Puma.
Oh, I didn't even know LV was Louis Vuitton.
LV is Louis Vuitton.
Everyone knows Louis Vuitton.
I know, but an LV is a
Louis
different brand.
Louis
is
Vuitton.
that? Louis Vuitton. Okay.
They were plastered all over in the F1 race last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They keep the typical LV bags also there.
Yeah.
Where they take out the trophy from. And
Yeah.
As a sponsorship there. Austin Di Cunha says, not seen a player with 13 average in 20 innings backed. Sky said Gill deserves as he opened in 24 SL series. Then why not the same logic for Pant and Yashasvi Jaiswal?
Yeah.
Personal agenda?
But again, people were calling, why is Pant even selected despite failing in 74 innings?
My point is, he's right. But what you're saying is right. But what Austin is saying is that if he opened in that series and we're keeping Gill for that reason, then why are others not given the same rope?
That's exactly what I said earlier. You gave that Australian example.
Yeah.
That would Australia have given Shubman this long a rope? 100% they would.
They would have.
But then they would have given everyone that long rope.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
Mr. Ajib Agarkar is back again. Says, now we'll see both Samson and Jitesh in the playing 11. The madness is unbearable. Also well played number 8. Shivam Dubey. Did not have a good game.
Rakesh again.
Nikhil, take me through Sitanshu Kotak's role because Abhishek looks to be cramped off late with support staff around. It has to be pointed and rectified. Is it happening? Massive support staff justified?
No, they're fine with the support staff. I think they can still do away with one coach. They have one coach too many, but otherwise it's fine. It's very normal to have a batting coach, a bowling coach and a regular coach.
Fielding
In fact,
coach.
I think they need to have a spin bowling coach. It won't do you any harm if you have that. So that's not an issue and you can afford it. It's not anything that can help the team. What's the problem? But I agree that you need to look at. I think it's still early days in Abhishek's T20I career. He has been the best batter in such a short span. So yes, he had a few failures, but is it something that you need to be worried out now? But so I'm saying let's give it some time. And if it doesn't get fixed by the end of the series also, then probably those questions are valid.
And you're making that adjustment, and now that you've just found out 2-3 games, you've been found out, it may take 3-4 games to get back into that groove and make that adjustment. It won't be like a switch is on and like, okay, I'll make that adjustment. It's not like that.
Seva Subramanian says Sanju won't get another chance as he's in CSK. Oh Lord have mercy, how the tables have turned. I lived through the era where any player who so much as sniffed a CSK jersey was called up to India.
But that was different.
Yeah, I remember. I'm just saying it's very ironic. That's all I'll say. Very ironic.
The cycle of time stops for no one, my friend. Rakesh Bhushan, immediate goalpost is winning World Cup or future T20 captain decision. Disagree with Nikhil, looks, aesthetics, behavior, nature, all okay. But where is the run from his bat like... Delhi cricket quota and BCCI?
I mean, we all know how it is that in cricket, Delhi is a little notorious for questionable selections, let's say. Now, I don't think Nikhil, by the way, was saying that those are reasons to select him.
Yeah.
You're saying those are the reasons that the BCCI looks at to select them.
I'm not saying it should be there.
It should not. It should not.
Yeah. Ashish, the Gill reminds me of Ranveer Singh hesitantly becoming CEO in Dil Dhadakne though. Gill may not be willing to captain in all three formats.
But there, Ashish, he didn't want to, and Priyanka was the more deserving one. And later they realized that maybe I should have given it to my daughter because she's more suited. But in this case, to be fair, I'm sure Gill wants to.
Yeah.
That he's not being able to
That he's not justifying that is a different matter.
In that film, Ranveer wanted to do other things. He wasn't interested in being in the boardroom, right?
Yes.
I don't know the plot. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen this. You see all these rubbish Sunil Shetty films where you know the dialogues also, which make
I'm
no
a
head
I'm
or
a
tail.
90s kid. I
No,
lived through the trauma.
I agree, but
That's why.
this is still a very good film to watch.
It's a very nice movie.
Yeah.
Actually, Dil Dhadakne.
I mean, you've seen some. I mean, it's, as I said,
Yeah.
very mature, nice. It's by this one, Farhan Akhtar's sister, Zoya Akhtar. So it's a nice,
Very underrated filmmaker.
Yes, very underrated. Very good film. Very good. And if you
ZNMD.
like Anil Kapoor, you'll love this film.
Yeah, I like it.
He is fantastic. In it.
I like Mr. Kapoor.
ZNMD forever remains one of my utmost favorites in recent memory.
This is also very good. Quite a mature film for Indian style. As in, like in India, we have very massy films. It's not that. It's very nuanced in that sense, and it's massy there as well. Multi-star cast.
The star cast is very good, but the storyline is you're right, very
Ensemble cast.
And I love Anil Kapoor. I'm an Anil Kapoor fan, and he's played a good role.
Yes.
He's quite a mean businessman,
Yep.
ones that can do anything to get their deals, and
Our rugby, I think our Indian rugby president is also in that film, right? Rahul Bose.
Yes, he's
Yes,
there.
yes,
Yes, he's there.
Mr. Bose.
Yes. Yeah. So there are many. There's many. There's Farhan Akhtar also.
Yeah.
There are many in the.
Is Amir Khan in that?
No.
Oh, but I think he voices.
Shefali Shah. Is there.
He voices that dog.
Yes, he's the dog.
Yeah.
Yes, he know everything.
He's
But
not
I
in the movie.
haven't seen the film. Totally.
He's the Sutradhar.
Sutradhar. Okay.
Amit Kavatekar says that there's still time to change players not in form. On T20s, bench strength is strong. Don't know changing captain, why it's such a big deal in India, even at the cost of a World Cup reputation winning against form. In fact, Steve Ticcolo extends that point with his super chat, says that before 2022 T20 World Cup, Owen Morgan was out of form, dropped himself. He technically retired, but good point. Result, England won. Can our undeserving captain make this call for the benefit of the team? In his words, not mine.
In India, no chance. my friend.
As if.
No chance at all.
Who? Wow.
Lots.
Yeah. Let's go one by one.
Yeah.
Ajib Agarkar says this is India's lower than that. Best 11 period. Sanju, Abhishek, Sky, Tilak, Hardik, Rinku, Akshar, Kuldeep, Varun, Arsh, Boom. 7 bat with a defined role and 6 proper bowlers, but I think you'd need 8 anyway.
You do.
Let's quickly run through some because you've got Amit again saying Smith captaining Australia in the absence of Cummins. Imagine VK captaining India in absence of regular captain. Impossible ego clashes. Shallow thinking is sinking Indian cricket.
Absolutely.
Nothing more to be said.
Yeah.
Praneet Datta says that Sky needs to bat after the power play. Takes too much pressure on himself to get quick runs. Needs to take time, take a few singles, and India need to go back to Sanju, Abhishek, Tilak 1-2-3 formula. Please drop Gill. Praneet.
Hashtag drop Gill. That is going to be trending throughout until the T20 World Cup. Ashish Dhar is saying, wish Ravi Shastri not batted MS at 7 in semi-final 2019 World Cup. This idea of batting reshuffling for fun may not have happened at all.
It would have come through regardless, but I understand your...
I mean, this is not a Gambhir problem. It's been there in Indian cricket. You just didn't see that much of it. In 2019, it bit you back in a big way. And Karthik from the US, connect to Karthik now his name is. Best part of Gigi's coaching, like center part of donut.
So you're saying there's no good part of Gigi's coaching? Because the center for donut doesn't exist?
Doesn't exist, yeah.
Let's see.
The Dikshita. We say each of you guess percentage of chance VK may have blocked Gigi.
I doubt. That'll cause way too much drama and Virat's smarter than that.
I mean, yes. I mean, drama in India We are just waiting on that, isn't it?
Yeah. Kevin Kumar says Pant, Ritu, Rinku, Ritu and Abhi. He loves Ritu so much he named him twice. Yeah.
Pant, Ritu. Oh, it's like that Getty names for all our boxers, na? You've got Preeti, Pooja. That's it.
Praneeth says simple formula: Sanju Abhi open, Tilak at 3, Sky at 4, Dubey at 5, Hardik 6, Jitesh 7, Akshar 8, keep it simple. Yes, this satisfies every single thing.
Yeah.
You've got batting till 8, you've got your bowling options, you've got your left hand, right hand, everything is sorted. That I agree.
Again,
Praneeth once again go lower down. Says Shivam, lower down.
Yeah.
I'm fine with Dubey. He's contributed in finals. I agree. I don't think Dubey you should drop, but you need to be batting him in a better position.
When there are spinners bowling in the middle stages. Hopefully he comes at that time. Steve Ticolo saying, sorry, even if Gill scores in Ahmedabad now, we don't get humble pie. Do we need a player who scores once in 20 innings? No, we don't want that player. Well,
No, while he makes a valid point, you also know that if he ends up scoring there,
That'll be the justification.
yeah.
then any thought, or even if there's a remote possibility that you are going to look beyond him, that will be done and dusted.
True.
It will be. Nick Anand is saying, fact is Gill isn't even flat wicket bully anymore.
Jesus.
Wait for
No,
19th.
see, I'll tell you what. If you were to tell Gill, I have a feeling, if you were to tell Gill to play a bit old school kind of T20 cricket, and I mean, it sounds funny I say old school. I mean something that you'd been doing a year ago or something like that, how India was playing. I think he'll get you runs. I think he's a good enough batter. Today is another day. That's why I'm saying I'm not looking at his zero that carefully. It's a good ball, but a lot of times he's gotten out trying to push the issue, to move the scoreboard, to be ultra aggressive, and that's something that's not really suiting his style of play. So if you ask him to bat in his comfort zone, I think he'll get runs. But can he afford to bat in his comfort zone in the current way that the Indian team is playing? Maybe not. So and you don't have that much time also to try and experiment and tell him, oh, now you go back to your comfort zone, because that might hurt the Indian team in big games. I don't think you're ready to do that. So that's the conundrum that you find yourself in.
Absolutely. Arvind B 1656 is saying, my boy said, I think it's time to don this yellow again during IPL season and become a Thalasan like us. What makes you go away in the first place? Exactly.
Very good question. I'll tell you.
How do you give up your fandom?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
It's very easy.
He was like the biggest CSK fan. He's done dances here in 5 other studios in our office
correct.
when they won, only to one day say, I'm not a fan.
Exactly. It's because of an obsession that you have with only one person for 2 years, and whatever the team has been doing, let it go to hell. I can't be in that kind of an ecosystem. Every single time MS Dhoni walks out, the focus is just on him. It's not on the team. And that is hurting the franchisee. Once he steps away, and I'll tell you, once he steps away, I will once again become a CSK fan. That is the date. Once MS Dhoni steps away and the focus is on the team, that's when I'll become a CSK fan again. But until then, I'm sorry, I can't be a CSK fan because of your obsession with one person. No, even Dhoni must go. After 2027, once he goes, I'll become a fan of CSK.
Are you sure it's 2027?
He will honor the 3-year contract. Because after 2027, you have to go through the mega auction all over again,
What
right?
if he decides to retain after that?
He'll be in the CSK team, but he'll be in the dugout as a mentor, as all of these things. Because this obsession is
I
killing
think this
side.
season is his last season. Yeah, and may also not play all games, I feel.
Yeah, he won't play all games.
So now they've got a proper wicketkeeper replacement.
yeah.
Yeah. Sanju.
Yeah, he's come and he's satisfied 2 things in one go.
Yeah.
Chaser0718 is saying, saw your episode on Gigi swipe at Parth Jindal for his tweet. The reason it stung Gigi so much was because Gill replaced Akshar as vice captain. India beat South Africa in ODI under KL.
I don't think KL has much to do with anything.
Yeah.
But Akshar, interesting. Vishal says batting order is not overrated while chasing. I don't think batting order is overrated either.
You think a IPL owner would be perturbed with his captain being removed as vice captain and something?
I don't think it matters that much to them.
No.
I'm not sure.
No, it won't.
It won't.
And that too, if I understand Delhi Capitals becoming a 5-time or 6-time IPL champions, then they would have a bigger say. But Delhi Capitals hasn't won anything.
They have one final.
1 final, yeah. 2 finals.
I'm not counting DC coming up. Wait, were 2 finals?
Didn't they go in 1 final?
Yeah,
Only final they've had in 2020.
Two. One when Sunny Gupta final.
No, that was a
That
qualifier
was a
2.
semi-final.
Qualifier 2. That was
Yeah.
qualifier 2.
Wasn't that
Qualifier 2.
Only one
Qualifier
final,
2, yeah.
2020.
2019 also qualifier 2. 2020 was final.
That's it.
21 qualifier 2.
After 2020, they've not made the
Only
playoffs.
one final, yeah. Delhi Daredevils, yeah. Again, semi-finals. They were your semi-final greats. Yeah.
Excuse me.
When Iyer was the captain, yeah, right.
MJM23.
Would Mahela Jayawardene send
Have
Mitchell?
you taken Vishal?
Yeah. We was talking.
Batting order is not overrated while chasing.
We took it. Huh.
Yeah, but what does he mean? Batting order is not overrated. Why?
Basically, he's talking about the team comment. No, the team line that they're parroting, that batting orders are overrated.
Except
3
for
to
the
8.
openers. Except for
Bat
the openers,
anywhere.
rest of the batting is fluid. That's the way.
So that.
No. I agree. I don't think batting orders are that overrated anyway. Which again ties into the next point where he says that would a
So
Mahela
basically, Vishal is saying you stick to a batting order when you're chasing.
at least to some degree.
Yeah, you do.
Dubey can bat 3, 4, 5. Doesn't bat 8.
Yeah.
MJM 3. See, that's what I'm saying. See, would Mahela Jayawardene then send Mitchell Santner, Sky and Tilak if they're chasing 215,
215,
not 2015?
Then you
and the
send
opener
anybody,
departs
it
in the
won't
first
happen.
opener.
Yeah.
I agree. See, that's the thing. You're not going to be doing that.
Mahela Jayawardene is a super cricketing brain.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I've heard from players that have played alongside him.
Yeah.
With him, he is exceptionally good.
That's why under Sri Lanka also, he really made them tactically a very strong team.
There was I know a lot of people praised Sangha, but people who played alongside said that it was all Mahela even when he was not captain.
Yeah.
Sangha would trust him blindly, go to him for everything.
I mean, even when he came 2000, 97 he had made his 2000, he was already in the leadership clique in Sri Lanka.
Because he was that tactically astute.
Yeah.
Mahela.
Brilliant he was, yeah. Vishal 9925 from the US is saying, swap Gill with Sanju and Jitesh with Rinku. Simple.
Yes to all of this.
That's I think
Yeah.
a lot of them said. Yeah, go down more. We have more.
No, we're done.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the last.
Acha, okay.
Yep.
We have Shivam Giri,
Yes.
a meme segment.
Also, salute to a lot of y'all watching now, man. Wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
7 wides in the over.
Tala for a reason.
And of course, he also knows something about wides. Patirana, Deshpande. I would have had to sit out if they continue to bowl like this.
What a nasty guy you are.
Seriously.
That's what Dhoni said too in all fairness.
Yeah,
That's
you were
enough.
scoping a overrate ban. I mean, look
Was
at
this
it,
close?
one game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kohli was right. अगर ड्यू होती ODI में तो पाजी भी सेंचुरी कर देते.
That
boy.
After the
That
ODI.
reel, yeah.
Vizag.
Oh Lord.
Vizag won. Yeah.
But I mean, to be fair, I think it was Arshdeep's idea only. The
Correct.
whole thing
Yeah,
was
yeah.
planned by him.
Yeah,
He just had to parrot the lines.
Yes, seriously. I mean, go ahead. QDK right now, IPL auction. Vasuli bhai. Correct. A few moments later.
Few moments later, you
Yes.
should make the reel tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, yes. Umpire during Arshdeep Singh's over. Statue of Redeemer, Rio.
Just signaling wides.
I've been there, by the way.
Yeah.
But
It's
Rio.
really tall.
Yeah.
Cristo Redente, as it's
Like
called.
ants below it.
Wow.
So that whole black thing is also huge.
Yes, that pedestal.
Yeah. So
It's on a hill, right? It's on top of
it's top of a hill.
Hill,
You take a elevator to go up.
Christ Redeemer.
You have to go.
Yeah.
And guess when I went to as a tourist visiting that.
Was it Olympics or World Cup?
Yeah, Olympics.
Rio.
There was somebody who was also in the queue, same queue as me. A certain PT Usha was also there. Yeah, she was also watching. At that time, she was not the.
She was not the
yeah.
IOA head. Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2016.
16,
Yeah,
Rio. Yeah.
She had come, I think Tintu was there at that time as a coach or whatever. She must have been there.
Chintu Luka.
Next.
He is going out of his domain uttering the name of England's test captain. Oh boy, that moment was hilarious.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So the creativity, man. Next level.
He's not a coach, he's a fan. That's the thing. He's not a coach.
Yeah.
This picture breaks my heart. One guy is so relaxed as he knows nothing's going to happen to him, and the other is looking destroyed. But
Yeah, but this is supposed to be a meme segment.
yeah, ये तो philosophy section.
What are you coming up with?
Hello, this is not a philosophy class. वो meaning बताओ उन शब्दों का. Okay. Took a oh goodness, the biggest disrespect to AB de Villiers' career is they compared him with Suryakumar.
Oh, Surya Bhatt is back.
Oh god, no, I can't take it. He's going
Social media.
That's it.
Media is
Social media is next level. What they come up with here.
Oh goodness. Okay. When your batting order management is worse than Indigo management. Oh goodness.
it's
Topical.
below the belt.
Topical.
Yeah. 2 here 200 here. Come on. Poor guys.
Next. Surya.
But looks yeah. Even retired Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli can play better than Shubman Gill and Suryakumar Yadav.
Sadly, he may have a point.
Yeah.
You may have a point.
That's the funny part. It's not even that funny.
You'll see them play this well in IPL.
Last year, Kohli was
Now you'll see
sublime.
them now.
And in a couple of months, we'll see them back again.
We will.
But unfortunately, IPL will come after the T20 World Cup.
Yes.
Had it come before, chorus would have grown.
Calls would have grown.
Bring
indeed.
them back.
Yeah.
Bring them back.
Bring them back. Footprints of Shivam Dubey.
Stuck to the crease.
Footprints of ABD all over.
360.
Footprint of Shubman Gill going away. Oh goodness.
Oh god.
Poor guys, yeah. Poor Shubman Gill. I really feel for him. I hope.
don't.
Yeah. But
Anyway,
still,
next.
no one deserves this level of trolling here.
Fans, why do you send bowlers in top order? पता नहीं किस रूप में
सुनील नारायण मिल जाएगा. Oh, it is that song. पता नहीं किस रूप में आकर नारायण मिल जाएगा. तो सुनील नारायण. That song. पता नहीं किस रूप में आकर नारायण मिल जाएगा.
Oh good god.
Oh goodness.
Oh lord.
Sanju, Ritu and Jesu watching Aksar come to bat in first over of innings. All three
Oh,
of the
God.
same.
Also from some movie.
It
Yeah.
is.
And they've done face swaps.
Face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Face
God.
moves. Captain and vice captain scores in last 15 minutes. नीचे से check कर, नीचे से. Three idiots.
Yeah.
Oh God. Raju Rastogi.
Next.
It's amazing how the game works. Just a day ago on a different pitch, Hardik looked solid. But on a surface that offered something for the bowlers, the stand and delivery style didn't click. Because when the pitch lacks space or bounce, you got to move your weight. Criticizing Hardik was a sport. Arre yaar.
I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Again, harsh. I mean,
No.
He
If
does
anyone's
have a
being
go.
harsh,
He does
it's
have a
Irfan.
go. He does have a go at Hardik.
Hardik, yeah. He does it consistently. Irfan Pathan, that's the thing.
Yeah, this is not harsh.
Yeah. सब्जेक्ट कुछ भी महसूस नहीं कर सकता. आनंद भाई.
In fact, Sanju at this point reminds me of Anand Bhai.
Yeah.
He's numb.
Anand bhai.
Munna bhai.
Yeah. The subject's name is Anand bhai.
Yeah.
Dubey at number 8. What the hell is Polar Bear doing in Arlington, Texas? I know. Well,
Last match we were saying, why is Dubey coming in at 7? Gigi's like, I heard you.
so I'll put you at 8. Emotion, I know.
Cameraman shows Murli Karthik on screen. Ravi Shastri in commentary, look at him warming up, his head is shining.
No, I saw this bait.
I thought it was very offensive.
No. It wasn't like that. You see the whole thing. No.
I
When
just read that one
No,
clip in there is saying,
so
yeah.
it wasn't offensive. It was that Linde, the spinner,
Left arm spinner.
Left arm
yeah.
spinner.
So when he bowled, Ravi Shastri said, I noticed his action. It's quite like someone I knew. He reminds me of Murli Karthik.
Yes.
So then that action was shown again. He said, there you see the way he, that pivot that he's got is just like Murli Karthik's. And 2 deliveries went by like that. Third delivery, they cut to him, and then Ravi Shankar, there is the man.
Yeah.
Come on, all ready to have a bowl. And there he is in his spectacle, his head is shining. And that thing
That's
he
very
said.
good nature.
Yeah, it was absolutely good nature. And then Murali Karthik also knew what it is. So he picked up a ball later after this, and he did.
Yeah, he did.
And
His action has come under a lot of scrutiny recently because I think it was during the test series where Jaddu was in the nets and he was speaking to Karthik, and then just as a joke, he actually did Murali Karthik's action perfectly in the nets.
He did.
Perfectly. Like, I'm like, my God, how did he get it so spot on? Just with that pivot and the sudden jerk, everything was spot on.
yeah.
वरुण चक्रवर्ती की डाली हुई गेंद बड़ी मिस्ट्री नुमा होती है. Yeah.
Basically, the mystery spin joke.
Got hit for 2 sixes and came back and
then
gave Markram a big send off.
Give Markram an absolute earful.
Yeah. Absolute spray while going.
GG like.
Unlike
Very GG like.
Yeah.
Not very Varun like. Varun would usually just be like, yeah, Vijay Ramachandra
With lot
sends
of
us
love.
love. Thanks,
has
Vijay.
just sent us some love. On that note, we're going to take your leave.
Yeah.
It was a long session. If you're joining us late, here's a reminder. You can go back and check the entire live. We've discussed everything threadbare, includes India's bowling, batting, everything. So do check the entire video out if you've joined us late.
And we will also give the match report on this.
Yeah.
And World Championship.
Shivam wants me to tell you guys that match report also coming up shortly. And we have a special treat for you. 3 champions of the World Cup exclusively on Sports Today. Who are the 3 champions? Player of the semi-final, player of the final, player of the tournament of the Women's World Cup all together.
Yep.
What
Nothing
better?
more to add.
It's just fresh off the block. That entire video has been put on Sports Today. Do check that out. That'll make your night because the game certainly didn't.
It was a bad game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye. See
Bye.
you. Nandri.
Shubh Ratri, Shabak hai. Eat your vegetables, don't trouble your mother. Subscribe to Sports Today.